What is going on? Beyond the break with our weekly eBay purchases. As you can see, we've been buying a lot of cards, and probably from those top looks, you can see a lot of variety of cards. Right now, I think we're kind of buying a little bit of everything. I think the main focus so far has been majority basketball as we enter the basketball season. I think we have one large order still on its way for raw cards for majority of basketball. After that, we think our strategy will start picking up more on the baseball side with the World Series dying down. Start gearing up in the wintertime for baseball to get those graded prior to the spring. So right now, though, the majority of it will be just a variety, some mixture of basketball and football, a little bit of baseball. As you can see there in the top there, one of the piles, we do have some Pokemon. I'll kind of go into reasons why I scooped some up. But with that, let's go through the ones that we purchased. So we'll start with this pile. There is some Pokemon in here. I think DC Sports, someone was selling a lot of their hollows off, their old vintage hollows, you would say. So I think, we picked up a handful of these just from a nostalgic purpose, but also ones maybe for a long-term hold. I don't know. We'll see. Pokemon is definitely picking up steam again, it feels like. Got these for all fairly cheap, and, most of them are in good condition. So we'll see if any of them are gradable. I haven't really looked too much into from a grading standpoint. But yeah, again, I figured to put in some bids for these. I don't think I'm going to buy any consistently or honestly any newer Pokemon. I just don't know too much about it. Used to collect the vintage back in the day, back when I was little, but we'll probably stick to more pre-2005 Pokemon and just get a feel for it, test it out, test out the waters. I don't think I'm going to dive too much into it, but just saw these for sale. I put some bids in, one decent amount. You can see from just, on the cheaper end, $5 to $7 for a lot of these. And like I said, they're all in good condition, so we'll see. Outside that, just the usual buys, a lot of the recent stars, short prints, Hall of Famers, whatnot, the gist. So here we got 2 Scope Jalen Greens. Got these together in one order. A Emmitt Smith Starcross. I just really like this variation from Upper Deck. Center looked good from the picture, so I figured why not take a risk there. A Michael Jordan and Bowman's Best. Steph Curry Pink Ice. A Tyrese Halliburton Silver Rookie out of Select. A Tyrese Maxey Pink Ice Rookie, buying a lot of him. This is a cool card. This is LeBron James Maestros from Court Kings. Just absolutely love Court Kings. A Karl Malone refractor when he was on the Lakers. Buying some rookies, gearing up, like I said, for the basketball season, but picking up some rookies on the cheaper end. This is a Cam Whitmore Red Ice rookie, Color Blast, being from the Villanova area. Just thought it was a good pickup. Another rookie, Tyrese Maxey Gold, or yellow. This is not numbered. I think it's a yellow reactive. Derrick Henry Purple out of 75. This is a Justin Herbert Obsidian out of 50. And an Eamon Thompson rookie pink out of 149. Next stack is a gold Josh Beckett from Topps Finance. Just love this Topps Finance. That's probably my favorite. This is 199. He had a really good career. Won, I think, 2 World Series with the Red Sox. Had a successful career, I think, with the Dodgers too. And then the Marlins, obviously started out with the Marlins. I think this is his second-year card. A Lauri Markkanen Pink Ice. This is his second-year card as well. A Red Flood Akeem Olajuwon out of Obsidian. A Ja Morant Orange Titanic, not numbered. A Kevin Durant Red Disco. This is numbered to out of 100. Desmond Bane Emergent Silver Rookie. I think he's due for a big year as long as Ja can stay healthy. Here's a Jose Barrios rookie auto, on-card auto. Not numbered or anything, but he's had a really good career so far. I think he's right now with the Blue Jays, and like I said, he's had some good moments as well. So I figured, got this for I think $1, honestly, $1 or $2. So I figured buy, why not? Like I said too, gonna start buying more baseball, gearing up as the World Series is dying down. Here's a Brett Gardner Gold. I got this for $2 or $3 out of 50. He was a Yankees legend. I mean, Yankees fans loved him. Played there forever. A Trevor Story rookie refractor. If he can just stay healthy, this is $4.99. If he can stay healthy, he's had a good career so far. He's only still like 30, 31 years old. So if he can stay healthy, you hope that that card will go up in value. And then this is a green Topps Chrome Alex Rodriguez out of 99. So you can see I bought those 4 from a single buyer or a single seller, all for fairly cheap. I would say under a couple bucks. The Trevor Story might have been $10 or so. Here's a Luka Doncic red Supernova out of Obsidian. A Topps Finest Fantasy Finest Julian Edelman. This is number 2. 99. Gunnar Henderson Blue Sapphire Gold Cup. A Drew Brees, not entirely sure what the variation is here. Gold Laser, I believe. Not numbered. A Kevin Durant Disco Prism. This is from the 2018 set. A Steph Curry Red Ice from 2020. Oh, this year's select. Here's a Jorge Posada refractor out of Topps Chrome. This is out of $6.99. One of the core 4, core 5, you would say. A Best Performers Kobe Bryant Bowman's Best. And then a Jalen Green checkered red out of 75. And then a Brandon Miller green, not numbered. So you can see a little bit of some rookies we were kind of diving into. I think we have another order out coming our way with a lot more rookies. So we'll get into that order another week. But this is probably the biggest pickup. This was the Tyrese Maxey Cosmic from this year's Select Courtside. I'm just a huge fan of Tyrese Maxey. I still think his cards are, only going to go up from here. So, and then did buy 2 graded cards. Here we have a Richie Ashburn 5.5 from Collection Monster. One reason I bought this was being a Phillies fan. He's a legend. I just love the 1956 Topps, just the card in general. And the other reason I bought this is I was very curious. The centering looked really good here. And then you look at the back, there was a breakdown of how they, I don't know, I'm not even sure who graded this, collectionmonster.com. Never heard of them before. But they did have this centering, corners, edges, surface. I got this for under $20. And a 5.5 or a 6 or a 5 PSA goes for much more than that. So I figure why not? You can see here the surface is a 2.0, so I'll need to re-look into that. But the edges, corners, and centering all got pretty high grades. So we'll see if the centering is that bad. But you never know. Maybe it might crack out and send a PSA, or just honestly hold on to it just for sheer fact that, again, being a Phillies fan. And then last card is a Jalen Duran Introductions Purple out of 10. This is out of 99. I think he's on the come up. Got this for $23. I think he's on the come up, and this was a low buy. Hopefully, with the Pistons, I think being a little bit better too this year potentially. I think this was a good buy for heading into the season. But yeah, that is what we've been picking up. What I'll do is go through which ones are gradable and which ones are not, and then again, as always, go through the not gradable ones and kind of give reasons why. Okay, so went through the cards. We had 41 raw cards. Out of 41 raw cards, 15 we deemed ungradable. So these are ones that we don't feel that had noticeable issues, whether that's corner, surface, centering, all that. And then we deemed the rest of them gradable, and that's actually a pretty good order for us. Typically like to be in that 50-60% range, so this is a little bit over, I think 60%, that we deem gradable. Now we did buy some older cards like the Pokemon that we feel are not 10s, but are gradable in a sense that from a profit standpoint, we think that they could get an 8 or a 9 and we could still make a couple bucks off of. So we do go into that thinking with that mindset for some cards. Before I get into those cards, I do want to know, if you've been watching our videos, we usually have now a variety of cards as background. All the cards that we put in the background are listed on our eBay. So if you see any cards that you like, they are listed on our eBay. Please feel free to reach out. Always willing to work out a deal with anybody. Want to, feel free to reach an offer. We are on Instagram as well, so feel free if you see something you don't want to go through eBay. More than happy to go through it on Instagram, PayPal. All right, so let's dive into the ones that we deemed gradable. We'll start off with just the Pokemon, get those out of the way. So actually, we bought 6, and out of the 6, I thought 4 were gradable. Now, I would say 2 maybe have a chance of 9s. Obviously, with Pokemon, you run into the dark backs. So you can see here, like, the little bit of whitening. For this card, this is probably one of the bigger cards, I believe. So this one we felt was closer to an 8. Just because, again, you can see on the back here a little bit of whitening, but you run into that issue a lot. And then obviously with these old hollows, surface scratches is much more prevalent. So with this one, we deemed more closer to an 8. The other 3, you can kind of see this one had a little bit of a chip down there. So that's more of an 8 as well, maybe, depending on the grader. And then the other 2 actually looked really good. So the other 2 we felt were more closer to 9s. This one, that was the only issue, though, was that one chip. Other than that, everything else pretty much came back clean. No issues on the surface, so that was a plus. And then these 2 actually were in really good condition. No scratching at all that we found. Centering looked pretty good. And then on the backs, again, backs looked pretty clean. I don't think they gem, but I do think you have a chance for 9s for these. So we'll see. We'll hold on to these. We'll kind of collect these slowly. Like I said, I'm not going to dive too much into Pokemon just yet, especially staying more towards the vintage Pokemon, the pre-2005, 2003 sets. And we'll see. We'll slowly gradually, pick them up when we see fit. And then, PSA runs a deal. We'll probably, leverage those deals to send for grading. But let's get into the ones that are gradable. The Marketing Pink Ice. This looks good. Centering was good. No issues there. A little bit, obviously with the 2018 set, the darker corner, there's a tiny bit of whitening, so definitely feel more closer to a 9. The Trevor Story, this was clean, no surface. Actually, all the Topps Baseball Chrome that we bought, the 4-pack, was really clean. All of them were no scratching at all. So we think this is, has a good chance of a 10. The Cam Whitmore clean. The Tyrese Maxey, I think more towards a 9. I think we saw one or 2 small dimples on the back. The Halliburton 9-10 range, I think the only thing we found was more centering top to bottom. A little bit thicker on the top, but outside of that, definitely has a good chance of a 9. Both Jalen Greens were clean. This was actually clean. I think this has a good chance of a 9, potentially 10, honestly. I didn't see anything from a surface scratch situation here. I think, if anything, like the one corner, tiny little whitening on that corner, but centering looked great. So, good chance of a 9. Probably. I don't think it would gem, but good chance of a 9 there. Eamon Thompson rookie, 9 range. Probably hold on to these. None of the cards that I think we bought are, urgent to get graded. So I think a lot of these are more just like holds for now, but we'll see. The Brandon Miller, this was clean, no issues there. The Jalen Green out of 75, this was clean, center looked great. The Drew Brees, slightly off center, but other than that, clean. The Josh Beckett was clean. This was actually really good. These are super tough with the darker backs and the centering, but I saw no issues. Has a good chance of a 10, I think. Last few here. The Jordan, this was clean, no issues. The Obsidian, Luka Doncic, Supernova, no issues. All 3 Topps Chromes, all 4, were clean. The Rodriguez, the Gardner out of 50, and the Barrios rookie auto, clean. The Kevin Durant, clean, no issues. The Maestros, Court Kings, LeBron, no issues at all. The Maxey Pink Ice rookie, only thing with, this has a good chance of a 9, I would say, just because centering top to bottom. Left to right looks good. Top to bottom is a little off. Outside of that, though, clean. And then the Curry, this was better centered top to bottom. So I think this has a good chance of a 10. So yeah, those are what we will send off. Like I mentioned, none of those were, I would say, like urgent to get graded. I think we're going to hold off sending those, and we might, most of those are kind of just throw-ins when they do specials and we need a certain amount to reach the limit. we might throw those in, some of those in, depending on the time of year and depending on, you know, each player and kind of where they're at in their careers. So the ones that are not gradable, unfortunately, the Maxi is not. There's just too much going on, and I think there's a couple dimples on the back here. I think one corner, this back corner, had like a little bit of lifting going on. So, you know, probably get an 8, I would say, at best. So just not worth it for what we bought it for. These two, simple, just scratches on this one, too much whitening on the back, and then this one is just completely banged up on the back, large crease there, which I'm surprised DC Sports did not say anything about that. All right, and then we had the Akeem off-centered. These two, the only thing I was hesitant about is both had larger print lines. You can see there, print line across, where is it? So above this Grizzlies, yeah, right there, above the Grizzlies, print line there. Same thing for the Curry, print line on the back. The Kevin Durant, I think it was more whitening on the corner. Maybe another print line on that one. The Posada, this darker blue, is just very hard to cover up any corners. Too much whitening on those corners there, so that will be a no. The Henderson off-centered. This is a mess here. Henderson off-centered. The Desmond Bain silver print line on this one as well. The Karl Malone, way too much scratches. It's off-centered, but also just beaten up on the scratches there. The Henry, we had a dimples in the back here. This was interesting. I have not seen this before. I probably should have picked up on the picture, but this is the green out of 50, and the green lining is raised. So you can see it's going across, like the one greening is going across the name. That should be brought down. So it's, I've never seen this before. You can see down here too, like the green's supposed to be where that silver is. So it's supposed to like fall into that. I looked it up, seeing that maybe that's just the design, because it's pretty cool actually. But that is not the design. I saw some 10s where that green is nicely centered with the silver. So unfortunately, we'll not be setting that in. The Edelman had too many scratches, and as well, and I think I actually had a dimple in the back too, or some lifting in the corner. You can see some lifting in that corner. And then the Kobe Bryant, the edge, he had a lot of edge issues on the back here. Frailing, I don't know what you want to call it, down here. So we'll not be saying that in. But overall, pretty happy. Like I mentioned, only 15 not gradable. The rest, like I said, we probably won't be sending anytime soon, but pretty happy that at least getting those orders through, and then also happy with the 2 graded cards that we pulled here. Probably will list them for sale. Might pull this out and recrack and submit to PSA, depending on, you know, there was some issues, but who knows? We'll see. And then the Duran, we'll probably just list this for sale at some point throughout the season, depending on how he plays. But yeah, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. And as always, you know, leave some comments in the comment section. Always love interacting with everybody. But yeah, till next time. Peace.